ICE targets businesses and restaurants across D.C. ICE conducted a large-scale worksite enforcement operation across Washington, D.C., visiting over 100 businesses, mainly restaurants and bars, to verify employee immigration status, sparking concern among local officials and immigrant advocacy groups. If you are interested in this topic, please pay attention and watch the video through to the end to get all the information. Please hit like and subscribe, and don't forget to push the notification bell for an upcoming video. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement Homeland Security investigations visited more than 100 businesses in the Washington, D.C. area this week in what the agency said was part of a broad effort to conduct worksite enforcement across the nation to ensure businesses are following U.S. immigration and employment laws, according to a statement sent to ABC News on Wednesday. No arrests were made as part of these worksite enforcement operations, the statement said. Multiple sources told ABC News that federal law enforcement officials had visited dozens of restaurants, carry-out spots and bars across several neighborhoods in D.C., including U Street, 14th Street, Chinatown, DuPont Circle, and Mount Vernon Triangle. The visit spanned a wide range of establishments, from fast casual spots to fine dining restaurants and luxury cocktail bars, reflecting the breadth of the operation. At many restaurants, agents distributed information and pamphlets requesting to see I-9 forms to verify the identities and employment authorizations for all employees dating back to 1 year ago, sources said, adding that some restaurants were told federal officials would return in 3 days. Following Tuesday's visits, some restaurant owners chose to close preemptively. I have heard those reports. I've been getting them all morning. I am disturbed by them, Washington Mayor Muriel Bowser told reporters on Tuesday. It appears that ICE is at restaurants or even in neighborhoods, and it doesn't look like they're targeting criminals. It is disrupting. She also emphasized that the Metropolitan Police Department was not involved. A coalition of activists had warned delivery drivers and restaurants of the planned enforcement the day before they began. George Escobar, Chief of Programs and Services at CASA, an organization geared toward improving the quality of life for the working class, told Tuesday that the organization regularly receives tips about plan raids, but that this one was different. This one, to be honest, alarmed us a little bit because it was really specific. Escobar said, "The organization has run a 24-hour tip hotline since the first Trump administration. We're experienced. We don't get alarmed by, any old threat because, they're frequent, right? And they come in all different types of forms," he said. However, in this instance, CASA was warned that ICE would be using President Donald Trump's executive order aimed at the beautification of Washington, D.C. to justify the raids. Escobar said, "We received notice about a specific kind of operation on how they were going to be conducted, what the pretense of maybe entering some of these small businesses were going to be, the fact that they were looking specifically at food businesses and possibly delivery workers," he explained. If ICE wants to snatch up every single immigrant working in food service and delivery, then the entire industry will collapse. Amy Fisher, a core organizer with Migrant Solidarity Mutual Aid Network, which supports migrants arriving in the capital, said in a statement. The Restaurant Association Metropolitan Washington, which represents more than 60,000 restaurant workers in the area, said in a statement shared with ABC News that it is deeply concerned by the reports of ICE raids and drop-ins across Washington, D.C. RAMW said it urges policymakers on a local and federal level to consider the real-world impact on local businesses and communities. Immigrants make up a significant portion of our workforce at all levels. From dishwashers to executive chefs to restaurant owners, immigrants are irreplaceable contributors to our most celebrated restaurants and beloved neighborhood establishments. It added, "The immigrant workforce has been essential to sustaining and growing our local restaurant industry and has been a major contributor to our local economy. At a time when our economy is already fragile, losing even one staff member at a single establishment has a profound impact on the operations of a restaurant and its ability to serve patrons," RAMW added. Disrupting restaurant staffing across the industry can create a damaging ripple effect felt immediately throughout the entire local economy. The raids have prompted backlash from city leaders and industry groups, warning that targeting immigrant workers could destabilize the restaurant sector and local economy, where immigrants are essential to daily operations. That is all for today in this video. What are your thoughts on this? Please let us know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching the entire video. Hopefully, the information is useful to you. See you later in the next video. Till then, take care.
ICE targets businesses as restaurants across DC. US Immigration and Customs Enforcement Homeland Security investigation visited over 100 businesses in Washington, D.C., targeting restaurants, bars, and carry out in a broad worksite enforcement operation. Though no arrests were made, agents distributed pamphlets and requested I-9 employment verification forms, warning of return visits in 3 days. The operation allowed immigrant advocates and city officials, with D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowles de-announcing the disruption and confirming local police were not involved. Accused group CASA, which runs a tip line for immigration raids, received unusually detailed warning citing a possible link to Trump-era executive orders on DC beautification. Migrant and restaurants advocacy groups, including the Restaurants Association, Metropolitan Washington, expressed concern emphasizing that immigrants are vital to the local restaurant workforce. They warned that mass detention would severely damage the already fragile industry and broader economy. Some restaurants owners choose to close early in these calls, highlighting the community-wide impact of the enforcement actions.